In this video, we'll look at the best free stock photos websites that you can use to get photos or images for your websites, that is your blog articles, social media posts, or even videos without infringing on any copyrights. Welcome to this video. My name is David and welcome. Let's begin. What are some of the few reasons why you may need to get some free stock photos? Now, the simplest is you're on a budget and you don't have the money to buy stock photos or the licenses to stock photos. Reason number two could be that everybody else is using similar images and they don't know some of the websites that we're going to be talking about in this video, because we're going to be covering about 16 free stock photo websites. And thirdly, you may have the budget, but let's assume other budgets like travel cost and all that will come in the way of you going to get that particular photo. But maybe a free stock photo website has that particular photo. For example, if you wanted to come take a photo of the migration, that is the Masai Mara migration, and maybe you don't have the budget, you can go to free stock photos and look for a good photo that signifies what you want to use or what type of image that you wanted. So what should you look out for? You should look out for photos that are in the public domain, that is CC0, Creative Commons 0. And these photos, and what this means in the Creative Commons licensing is that you don't need to attribute the owner of the photo. All you need to do is just use it for free, commercial, or whatever type of projects you may have. So that is out of the way. Try and always look for CC0 for the copyrights. Some of them require attribution, but they allow you to manipulate and use photos for commercial purposes. So if you see, I believe it's CC BY, where you need attribution and all that, you can always check that out. But I will leave a link in the description below so that you can learn more about the different copyrights and what you need to look out for. I will also leave all the websites linked below so that you can also easily scroll through the timestamps that will be available. Welcome to this video, and let's begin with this video. So free stock site number one, and this is very famous, and one of the reasons why I've mentioned you need different stock photos is because maybe everybody else is using the same photos, and you go to a particular website or blog or even a video and you see you are using similar photos. So it's always good to try and be unique and try and get other websites that offer free stock photos that nobody else is talking about. Number one on the list is Pexels, and it's the best free stock photos and videos available. And you can get photos and videos, which is pretty awesome. So you can just come, for example, right now, the suggested photos are travel, beach bikini, city, blah, summer, beach party. And this is more or less due to the season that we're in. But if you scroll down, you can see the different photos available at the moment. You can see what's available, and this is just what has been auto-suggested. You can do your own search. For example, if you look at the different things I've searched for in the past, it's cooking, running, etc. Let's say we look at cooking. What's available? You'll see the different things. So if you wanted to use a particular image for your social media post, then this might be something that you might be looking into. And for the purposes of this video, if we click on the license, and I'll just cover this in just maybe this particular website, you'll see what's allowed, and we try to keep Pexels license as simple as possible. So all photos and videos on Pexels are free to use. Attribution is not required. Giving credit to the photographer or Pexels is not necessary, but always appreciated. You can modify the photos and videos from Pexels, be creative, and edit them as you like. So that is some of the few things that you need to look at. Website number one, Pexels.com. Website number two, Unsplash.com. And this is actually the internet source of freely usable images, and it's powered by creators everywhere. So it's somebody taking a photo somewhere and decides, hey, let me just upload this photo here. We can just scroll down slightly and see, for example, this is a good photo as well. It really depends on what you're looking for. A good photo, if you can just zoom in, see this, it was taken in Chicago. and the date it was published, and the downloads, you can see all that. And then you can just choose what size you want to download, the original size, etc. It's pretty flexible, and you can get very good quality images. The one thing that I always recommend is look at this particular license, Unsplash license, and as it reads is Unsplash photos are made to be used freely. Our licenses reflects that all photos can be downloaded and used for free, commercial and non-commercial purposes, no permission needed, though attribution is appreciated. So it's not a must, but it's appreciated. What is not permitted is that photos cannot be sold without significant modification. So please note that compiling photos from Unsplash to replicate a similar or competing service is not allowed. So just take note of that. But photos are available in high quality. And for example, here they have some few tabs that, let's say you want business and work. You can just click on that, and then you'll see the photos that will populate down here and what they're up to or what they are for. And business and work, reflecting the realities of modern workplace in the many forms. So you can always get quality photos for the different things that you're looking for. For example, this is more or less like a factory. Here we go. Stocks. Really depends on what you're looking for. Office setting, maybe a meeting or something, etc. It's up to you. That's unsplash.com. Next up, we have pixabay.com, and you get stunning free images and royalty free stock. So over 2.5 million. So it's up to you to actually just come in here and see what's available. And as you'll notice, the photos are unique and different from each and every other website. And maybe somebody may only know about just one website where they get the photos, and that's what you are trying to avoid. Having identical photos, maybe to a competing website, to a competing, let's say, YouTube channel. That's what you're working towards eliminating. So this is Pixabay. The process is the same. For example, this hummingbird looks good. So you can just click on it and see what it looks like. And you'll see free for commercial use, no attribution required. Everything that's available here is just CC0. So Creative Commons 0. The photographer took the photo. It's up to you to decide whether to buy them a coffee, attribute them maybe in a link, in your video, in your article. Really depends. And attribution is good sometimes. Next up, we have Burst by Shopify. And Burst Shopify, and this is just where you can find photos that have been curated for different things. So for example, the photos are high resolution. You can just come in here and see top free pics for this. For example, this is a lady setting up her wardrobe, somebody cutting down some meat. This more or less looks like a nurse or a doctor. Whatever picture that you're looking for, you can look for photos like from work from home, pride, mental health, female photographer, a shop logo, coffee, fashion, etc. Really depends on what you're looking for, and it's only your imagination and also the time that you need to spend looking for these photos that will actually limit you. But you can get unique photos that nobody else is using for your projects, blog articles, videos, etc. Next up, we have freestocks.org, and as you'll notice, they're also very unique. So for example, this is just cycling, coffee, pretty awesome, pretty unique, looks really good, looks alive. It's awesome. So I'm sure this more or less looks like somebody's project, but it's really awesome. You can check out the license as well, and it may not have as many photos. Yes, it's licensed under CC0, Creative Commons 0, which is awesome. And they may not have many photos. Let's say we go for city and architecture, and you'll see what's available. Let's say something like this. Let's say you had a project that involved maybe a Catholic holy figure, or something religious or anything of that sort. This would be an ideal place to look for, and potentially not many people are actually using this particular photo. Next up, we have PicJumbo.com, and beautiful free stock photos can be found here. And maybe sometimes you might be wondering, how do these people make money? You see things like iStockphotos, where you get 15% off. iStockphotos offers premium stock photos, shutterstock.com, etc. But you can see the different photos available on PicJumbo. Let's say businesswoman, entrepreneur working in the office, woman working on a MacBook, busy streets at night. Let's go for when it's coming to like you're talking about, let's assume it's a video about love and all that, and showing you should show up with a bouquet of flowers. That's something that maybe you can consider. And if you open up this particular image, you can always see what it looks like. Want more, download all collection photos, etc. It really depends on what you're looking for, and they have a premium option. If that is something that you're into, you can download the free photo, and also you can buy Victor a coffee or something. So that's PicJumbo. Next up, we have Stockvault.net, and it's a free stock images website where you can get photos, textures, illustrations, and it's good when there are different options available. For example, if you wanted illustrations, these are things that maybe not everybody might need, but let's assume you wanted an illustration like this one. So if you just select this particular illustration, you'll be able to see some few different things here. The license is commercial. So if you click on commercial, you'll go and read what commercial means. You can remix or adapt commercial to use without attribution, etc. But if we go back, just like us to try and see if we can get a photo. Let's say happy people. Let's just scroll down and see if we can get a photo that is non-commercial. Chances are you are not allowed to use for commercial purposes, but just read the license and you'll know what's required. Let's say this photo. Let's assume non-commercial as well. Let's go back. Let's look at this other one. Commercial. Let's look at this. Non-commercial. Really depends on what you're looking for, but sometimes to get the ones that read Creative Commons 0 may take you some time, but they're available. They're available on the different websites, but try and make sure you read and see what the different licenses, for example, on Stockvault.net, read to use this work for non-commercial, personal, and educative purposes. But this one, CCO, you can use for anything. So that's Stockvault.net. Next up, we have Gratisography. And on Gratisography, you can get some few photos here. But as I've mentioned, how do they make money? For example, here's a referral to Shutterstock to get 10 free images and also try or sign up for an account. So that's how they make some money. So you can come out and check out some of the few things available where they have photos, they have vectors. Really depends on what you're looking for. So let's say we look for more here, and let's say we're looking for food. Food photos. Food is good. It's good to eat. Let's say we look for this one. More or less looks like a Father Christmas, a Santa Claus eating a cookie. Pretty awesome, especially when you're going on to the holidays and you're doing wanted to do a social media post that will be funny, etc. Something that you're going to look at, maybe a pineapple, an avocado, a banana, maybe some breakfast cereal and all that. Pretty basic, but you can always check out what you're looking for. Photos that will look unique for the content you're trying to serve your audience. That's gratisography.com. And then we have Morguefile, and Morguefile has been there for a while, for a good number of years. And as I mentioned, this is how they make money. You sign up on Shutterstock, etc. And they'll make some money from that. So you can just come in, search photos. Let's say we go for something like, let's say you're doing a content on bucket chicken. You can just look at this photo to see how it looks like, uploaded 1 month ago 2 weeks and 3 days, the number of downloads, the views, and the likes. So if this is something that you're into, then this is something that you can download and use for your content. This is a hen, not a cock. This is just a hen. And if you're displaying content, let's say how to start raising backyard chicken, this is something that can be quite attractive, especially for social media posts. So that's morguefile.com. Next up, we have Picspree.com, and you can discover and download beautiful royalty-free images, stock photos, illustrations, and vectors, free for personal use and commercial use. So you're not limited, and they seem to have very good photos. Also, food is a good thing. We go scroll down slightly, looking good. Everything is looking nice, and well taken photos. If we scroll down slightly, you can look at nature, science and technology. For example, science and technology is potentially starting to get attraction due to the recent changes in the world. So you can always look at what is available. Maybe somebody who wants to go become a scientist, and you're working on scientific content, you can check out for some of these free stock photos. But as you can see, there are some photos in here iStock. This is more or less like a referral. iStock again. So make sure you click on the correct photos when you're searching for photos. You can also browse the different categories inside here, and they also have premium photos if you have a budget. That's Picspree.com. Next up, we have Skitterphoto, and it's a place to find, show, and share public domain photos. So these are CCO. Nobody should tell you anything about these photos, so you can always just check them out. And if you're getting value from this content, or if you're learning new websites that you've never had before, kindly like this video, comment below, share it with your friends so that we can all learn together. Information is to be shared, not to be hidden from others. So let's say you wanted to show some coffee and coffee beans. This is a good photo to illustrate that, depending on the content that you're working on. So you can just check them out. The views, the downloads, the likes, pretty awesome. And you can just scroll down, see when this was taken and when it was put up online. You can download the size, scroll down slightly, and as I've mentioned, this is how they're making money. And you can see the logos for iStock and all that, which is a premium or a paid stock photos website. And this is Skitterphoto. You can browse photos, culture, nature, people, different things. It really depends on what type of content you have for your blog, social media, or even videos. Next up, we have LifeofPix, and you get free high resolution photos for this. So you can just scroll down, and this looks like a very good photo, very well taken. More or less, if I look at this creator, Takao Doi, maybe it's just one person. But now, how they're making photos is that they have Adobe stock as more or less like a referral. We've seen others doing iStock photos, Shutterstock. So they have Adobe stock, and I believe it's the same person. Kobayashi, and more or less like photos from Japan. If we just scroll down, now there's a different person here. So it's different creators. So it really depends on what you're looking for. This looks like a good photo of some chocolate dripping onto a banana. More or less like cereals in the morning and all that. Some banana, berries, whatnot. Really depends on what you're looking for. But you can always come in here, check the gallery, check the photographers. Maybe there's a particular photographer whose work you've seen in the past. For example, this week's photographer of the week was Takao Doi. The photos we were checking out from Japan, really awesome. I hope you're getting value from this content. Next up, we have Kaboompics. Now, they'll help you find the perfect photo for you. So free stock photography and color palettes. Now, the one unique thing about this particular website is that if you choose a photo, for example, let's say we want to look for a photo, let's say, let's assume we're looking for something like, let's say you're into fashion. So we say we go for this particular photo. Looks really good. So the content is the same model. I just check them out. What let's say you're doing content on anklets or something of that sort, or maybe shoes. Just click on that, and once you click on that, you'll see the picture. Next up, you'll also see the complementary color palettes, so that you know what type of colors you're going to use and how unique you're going to make your photo once you download it to make the different iterations that you might want to make. And another good thing about this is that you can download the photo in different sizes: original, medium, or even a custom size, and it's a free download. That's Kaboompics.com. Pretty awesome, especially for these different variations in the size you can download, and for the color palette that if you wanted to do your own variations, you can know what color palette goes where. So next up, we have Stockvault.io, and here you truly get CC0 free stock photos. They're free from copyright restrictions. Now, a big vault as well here. So let's say we're looking for what? Let's say we're looking for a photo like this, browsing smartphone. So let's say you are talking about how people are maybe into browsing a lot and all that. So this looks like a good candidate for that. So to show a photo comes in of somebody browsing on their phone, to illustrate how people are spending so much time on their phones, etc. You can also look at the trendings, which sometimes can help you know what to focus on. For example, these are more or less like nature photos, because people are outside. It's summer in different parts of the world. Let's say the top half of the tropics, it's summer, and some of the photos are trending. But if you wanted some office type of photos, these are good for your content, whatever type of content you're creating. That is Stocksnap.io. Next up, we have Rawpixel.com. It's your creative home, the best safe to use design resources for everyone. So they have free, premium, and public domain. So for example, let's just click on free. And once we click on free, we just need to look at what we're looking for. So let's check out some photos here. Let's say you're looking at this, maybe how to add some more soil to your pot plant. We can click on that. It's a free image, royalty-free image, but always confirm what type of license this is to avoid any issues with anyone. Let's say you're looking for journalist images. For example, this one is free, public domain CC0 image. If you wanted to signify anything, a journalist films a press briefing addressed by the special representatives of the chairperson, etc. So this would be a good representation of a journalist filming maybe a press briefing or whatever is available, and it's editorial use only. So ensure that you get to know what these different things mean for the different websites. And this is Rawpixel.com. And then next up, we have Reshot.com or Reshot.com, where you can get free icons, illustrations, and photos. And this is pretty awesome because sometimes getting things like SVG icons might be a little bit difficult, maybe vector illustrations as well, and stock photos. So you can see that you can design freely with instant downloads and commercial licenses, no cost, no attribution, no worries. So that's Reshot.com, and let's assume you wanted to look for stock photos. Over 25,000 stock photos are available. When we can look at, let's say, we look for, let's say, education. We look at, maybe you're doing content on kids or something. Let's say, being scientists. We can open that to see the image, and you can see the size of this particular image, free to use in your next creative project under the Reshot stock photo free license. So if that's what you're looking for, you can just download the image. Now, those are 16 best free stock photo websites, and they are not exhaustive, but at least they give you a bearing on what to look out for, and gives you a variety of different photos, because all the websites have different photos that you can use. I hope this video has been of value to you and that it's going to help you get better photos for your blog articles, social media posts, or even videos. My name is David, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.